about you.
Alright guys, we are in Maple Canyon and we are reviewing the Grigri Plus today on our rest day. We've been using this device since October. We started off using it in the red and now we're here in Maple Canyon. The first thing that we really love in this Grigri Plus is that Petzl has added a steel plate to where the Grigri used to wear out, so that's super awesome. The second thing is even though the Grigri Plus is approximately the same size as the Grigri 2, it has a much longer handle. The longer handle really allows for more control when lowering, and it almost seems like this lever allows you to have, more sensitivity on the handle. Looking at both devices in a side-by-side comparison, they are almost identical, and in fact it looks like the shape of the one Grigri is exactly the same as the other. As you'll notice, this Grigri 2 has a ton of wear right here, and that is solved by this steel plate. When I feel them in my hands, they feel like the same weight. This one might have just a touch more weight than the Grigri 2. They both feel the same. One of the big changes here is that on the side you can see Petzl has gotten rid of this kind of lip that allowed you to really hold the Grigri up with your index finger or your pointer finger, and this one doesn't really have that. Initially that made belaying a little bit more difficult, but I think Petzl did that so you don't get such a big grip while paying out slack. The other thing that you'll notice is that the handles on both of these devices are a little bit different. The handle on the Grigri Plus is a little longer, and the camming device is actually positioned in a little bit of a different way. With the Grigri 2, I often find that I'm controlling the lowering by the handle, but also a little bit by my hand. When I'm controlling the Grigri Plus, when I'm lowering, I can almost control it completely by the handle because it's kind of so sensitive in nature. The other thing that we really like is we really like this kind of change between top roping and then lead climb belaying. This little switch can be switched with just a little stick. You press in that white bit and then you switch it over. Once you switch this over, it almost feels like the camming mechanism in the Grigri Plus engages faster when you're top roping, and I think that's really important. Takes the pressure off the top rope belayer. Over the last couple months, we've also encountered some difficulty with the Grigri Plus, and I'm not too sure how to get into this. One thing we did notice is that when the Grigri Plus first came out, the biggest thing was that if this handle is pulled down too fast in a emergency situation, that a camming device would unlock from the handle and it would stop your belayer in place. Now that does happen, and I think that is a better safety thing, but what we found when using it is that even after it cams, if you push on the handle even further, it lowers the climber faster. In this case, the camming device can be released just by pushing on this handle and the device a little bit, causing the rope to spin through the Grigri faster than normal. We've tried to capture this in the cave in Maple Canyon, and that clip should play now. But as you can see, is that if you pull down in a true panic situation, that the rope's going to be continuing to fly through the device. And I'm just not too sure if that was what was expected of this device. In theory, I think it is a safer device. However, with the ability to pull back and the rope continue to go through the device, I just don't think it is as safe as it seems. One other thing to note about the Grigri Plus is that if your climber is lighter and you are on overhanging terrain, when you pull down on this handle, the safety feature does sometimes engage as you're lowering them. And sometimes that can cause an unsafe situation. In our experience through our field test, we found that on vertical rock, this belay device acts like any other Grigri, but when on overhanging terrain and your climber's light, sometimes the safety device can engage even in a safe situation. Overall, I think this is a better device than the Grigri 2. It offers a lot more control when lowering. It offers some safety features that I do think need to be improved, and I really enjoyed using the Grigri Plus, and it is the Grigri that I use all the time. I hope you liked our review, and let us know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribing yet, you should. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.